Hello, my name is Jules, and welcome to another session of Whiteness 101. To all my fellow black folks, what's up? To all my whites, my payment information is on the screen here because I believe if you're going to be watching these classes, you need to pay black women for the time and the labor that it takes, the mental energy and emotion it takes to put these videos together for you, instead of being much like your ancestors who have benefited off of the free or low paid labor of black women. And this is still happening in present day. So be different and contribute instead of just leeching off of us, please. Today we're going to discuss how white women choose to be friends with black women. How do they choose their black friends? For the most part, it's an easy choice because a lot of them don't have black friends. But when they call themselves trying to bring diversity in their friend groups, there is a very specific type of black woman that they will seek out most of the time. This black woman is going to have a couple characteristics. Now, I first want to say that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, okay? But let's not be stupid here, okay? Most white women are going to choose a black woman friend who is not equal to or more attractive than them. We often see this in TV and movies when they do cast a black woman in a supporting role. Trying to be sensitive in how I say this, she's never in a position where she can compete with the main white character in any way. I hope that makes sense because once you see it, you cannot unsee it. They will also pick a black woman who is not financially competing with them in any way, although the competitions always seem to be one-sided. Black women cannot make equal to or more than them, or it will be an issue. Years ago, I went to this church that had a mixed congregation of people, and I had treated myself to a fairly expensive purse. And this white woman who was seemingly so nice and sweet, as most of them pretend to be, and she saw my purse and looked me up and down, and she said, "What do you do for a living?" Which is another reason why when certain people ask me this question, it pisses me the fuck off. Side note, let's go off on a tangent here. I believe, and you can argue with me and get blocked if you want to because it's my page and I'm always right here. But for the most part, when people ask you what you do for a living, they're trying to see what level of respect to give to you. They want to know, how can you afford this and I can't even afford this? Or how can you afford the same things that I can afford? Anyway, back to the topic. You also have to be the type of black person who will be okay with and co-sign the shenanigans of white women. For example, if they say they want to enroll in Hillman Talk University and take up space in those classes, you'll be the black woman that says, "Oh, I think that's an amazing idea." If you want to say the N-word, you will pick out a friend who is perfectly fine and okay with you saying it. If you are voting for an orange candidate, you will seek out the type of black people who will say, "You know what, it's okay to disagree. We don't all have to agree when it comes to politics." This is one of the biggest reasons why I don't believe, for the most part, that white people are capable of being allies, because when it comes right down to it, for the most part, what I've seen and noticed throughout the years is they don't really want to learn and grow. They just want to be told that everything they're doing is okay. I've seen so many videos from white women over the last several days who have bragged about how they've been welcomed into Hillman Talk University by the black community, and they're so grateful and they're so thankful. When the majority of us, the 92% of us, have been like, "Yeah, no, we don't feel comfortable with you here." And then you hold up like a trophy the fact that black women have actually welcomed you. And that is a signal to the 92% of us that we need to shut the fuck up, and we're actually the problem for expressing the fact that we don't feel comfortable with them being in our spaces. For example, I just saw the video of a black woman saying, "I don't get all the hate and the vitriol that's being given to white women who want to attend Hillman Talk." Hate? Vitriol? You mean the hate and vitriol that's been extended to black people like myself throughout history for the last several hundred years, which is the reason why we don't want these white people in our spaces? She is the type of black woman that white women will seek out. And have you ever seen a friend group where it's all white women and there's one black woman, you can be willing to bet that this black woman has fallen into what we as black people have called the sunken place, where she has completely abandoned her identity in order to conform to the identity of the other white people in the group. And a lot of times over history, black women have assimilated to white American culture, if you want to call it that, because they really don't have a culture. That's why they're always leeching off of us. But they do it out of survival. Sometimes it's just self-hatred. Sometimes some of us deal with the trauma of being born black by trying to be what is, I guess, stereotypically white. And it never works out for us. They will never accept us. And you will always have times in those particular friend groups where you are reminded that you are black. I heard another black creator put it perfectly, and she described it as, you will be a token that is always spent. So for white people, if you have a black person in your life and you're never challenged, you're never made to feel uncomfortable, you never question the things you say and the decisions that you make and the things that you do, you have a black person in your life that you have chosen to be there because they make you feel better about being white. In all of my life, 42 years on this planet to be exact, I know I look as young as a newborn babe, but blame it on the melanin. But I have only come across one white person who I've come to and said, hey, I didn't like how you said this because it can be seen as racist because of this, or what you said was offensive. I've only come across one white person who I've said something like this to, and they didn't immediately blow up and get defensive. Another type of black woman that white people seek out for friendships is the mammy mother figure. She's going to be the type of black woman who takes care of everybody and everything. If they want to go out to eat, she's going to do the research for a restaurant. She's going to make the reservation. She's going to make sure the table is cleaned up. She's going to make sure that everybody is happy. If anybody dare mess with her white woman friends, then she's going to stand in front as a human shield and take up for them. Another type of black woman that white women seek out to be friends with, if they seek out to be friends with black women at all, is the comic relief. She's going to be the one in the group to shuck and jive for everybody's entertainment. She will be their mascot, their little pet black. So as black women, when we befriend white women, which you should really do at your own risk, be mindful that you are not falling into the category of any one of these stereotypes. Be mindful of the fact that you could possibly be doing free labor for everybody in the friend group. Be mindful of the fact that they might like you because you're not doing equal to or better than them. And once things change for you, they will be your biggest haters. White women, if you're watching this, first of all, I hope you have paid your tuition, reparations. But be mindful of the type of black people. If you are seeking out friendships with black people, be mindful of that. If you're actually doing anti-racist work, I want you to be very mindful of the type of black people that you are seeking out to be friends with. Are you looking for your pet, your token, the one black friend that you can brag and say that you have that proves that you're not racist? Are you looking for comic relief? Are you looking for someone who is simply there to make you feel better about yourself and your place in society? Are you looking for somebody who can be your little therapist, your little mommy, and take care of the things that you don't want to take care of? Are you looking for your black person who will be your human shield and stand in front of you and protect you when people are saying that you are being racist or doing something offensive and inappropriate?